Do you think being a competitive athlete, do you think that helped you in terms of, being a CEO?
Absolutely. I've got the competitive drive in me for sure. Better person. I don't like to lose. Is there a little like competitiveness in, business and entrepreneurship? Yeah, absolutely. On the flip side, I'll say maybe I'm just wired like that. So I'm of the opinion, and not everyone will share this opinion, that having that drive to not be average is a gift and it should be celebrated. It should not be seen as a negative. Some people view it as a negative, and those people are not your people. All right. You want to be very
Yeah.
careful if those people are around you, because then they make you feel like it is a negative. And it is something I've thought about a lot the last 6 to 12 months. It is not a negative. It is a gift. I am thankful every single day that I don't know how, why I was born with it, but this goes back to like high school. I was always wired like that. Again, it goes back to being competitive. Didn't want to lose.
Yeah.
I wanted to set, I wanted to stand out. Like it's a fucking gift. I'm going to celebrate it. I'm going to take advantage of it. And I'm going to be super grateful for it. And hopefully, again, this part that you got to be, careful with. You guys have way more kids than I do. I only have two, but I hope they get some elements of that and are able to channel it for very good things.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you mentioned the kids because we see it in the five, and that some of them have that competitive element where they just want to be great at everything. And then some of them don't. And the ones that don't are way more creative
Yeah.
than the ones that do. It's just really
Yeah.
interesting watching the nuances in their
Yeah.
personalities, and like one wants to win at everything. It could be like walking through New York and she's like, I beat you. I'm like, girl, we are walking down a street.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's so funny just to watch. But I agree that I think you're born with that little bit of like fire in you that I'm gonna do whatever it takes
Yeah.
to be great at what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I
Hell
think,
yeah.
like you said, it should be celebrated. And I think you talked about it a lot the whole time during the podcast here. It's one thing to be competitive. I know a lot of people that are super competitive, and maybe they go over the edge when it comes to competition, but
Sure.
it's that drive, and then the ability to focus everything you have to win. And you need that in business, like you said. You need it in training, where you have to be able to say, I'm going to take all my effort and energy and
Yeah.
I'm pouring it into this to win, and I can't half-ass it. You can't, do
Yeah.
it on, Mondays and Fridays, and the rest of the day do whatever.
Yeah. On the athletic side of it, I was training jujitsu. I was doing like a little bit of CrossFit, not at the high level, of course, not like you guys, but during like COVID in 2021, I basically had a goal where like if someone was like, "Hey, we're doing Murph today," I'd be all right, cool, but let's go. I was like, let's sit down. And then when I made the conscious choice in 2022, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try competing again. I stopped doing high intensity cardio. I stopped doing CrossFit. I stopped doing jujitsu because I was like, I can't do it all. I'm like, nope, all of my time effort is going to be funneled into hypertrophy training and competing in bodybuilding with a very specific goal in mind, that is to win and do well. And it was a very different experience when, 9 years later, because the first couple of times I competed, I got my ass kicked. I did not do well at all. And then in 2022, I've remember this. This will be etched in my mind forever.